Rahubat people. Yo, humanity, I want to share a message with you guys, man, because, it's like living in a horror movie. I'm not even joking, man. Like, I've been predicting these events for a good, let's say, since about 2002. Since I come back to England from the Caribbean, I've been predicting and writing about and lecturing about the Illuminati, the 13 bloodlines, the Orwellian global state, police state that we're soon going to go into. For the people who have been following my forum, they already know, because for about 2 years on Facebook, we've been in a little forum group where like-minded people, whether you want to call them conspiracy theorists or woke people or whatever name's trendy to say nowadays, people who know what's what, in a group, dissecting information, sharing information, respecting each other's opinions, agreeing to disagree where needed. We've been doing that for a while, so we've been talking about all of the topics that are important and connected in a web as to what's going on today. So sat here in my car, man, thinking about the implications of this whole lockdown, yeah, because that's exactly what it is. I just want to read something here and share my opinion on it, because it's something that I've been saying for a while, and at the expense of being ridiculed by a lot of people who don't know no better. It's always the people who have not done no research at all that are the first ones to write things off. So we're about to see a lot of people that claim that they're woke find out that they're asleep, because they never really was mentally and spiritually prepared for what's about to happen. They never really thought it was that drastic. Okay, so a lot of people that because it's a trend now to be woke, a lot of people that you see running around calling themselves woke, you'll find out, and they'll find out themselves, a lot of them, that they was never awake. They were actually asleep. Because this life is just a dream. Everything you see going on is just a dream, and some of us are just awake in the dream. You see, we realize it's a dream, it's a hologram. It's a computer simulated holographic reality where perception shapes matter. Anyway, I want to say to you, I'm just going to read from off my iPhone and elaborate on it. So it says global supply chains are breaking, borders rising with nation states, stock exchanges are convulsing with fear, and recession looms over the global economy. The coronavirus has disrupted world order. And remember, I'm not fear-mongering. I'm just making sure that all the people in my circle are aware of the facts, because we're not buying into the panic, we're buying into the preparation, because those who fail to prepare, prepare yourself to fail, prepare to fail. So look, this is not a drill, this is not a hoax. I'm reading it from the wrong way. Let me start from the start. So it says, natural news, yeah? Keeping this very short, as things are developing very rapidly, if you can't handle the reality of this situation right now, don't read the following overview. To those who cannot handle words, you need to accelerate your adjustment curve, or you won't survive. We are upgrading our preparedness recommendations to 18 months of food and critical supplies. Yeah, this is not some sort of self-serving statement, since our own store barely has anything left to sell. So that's some shopkeeper saying, yo, make sure you stock upon, or start trying to stock upon, at least 18 months of food. You get me? Because this is a store owner that's saying, they're not saying it just for the sake of sounding good. They're saying, yo, this store owner is saying there's barely nothing left to sell. The financial system this is another bullet point, yeah? The financial system is crashing. Banks will begin to fold soon. Many deposits will be wiped out. Some are moving into T-bills, US Treasury. This is speaking of the US, but remember, anything that happens in the USA, you can extend that across the whole free Western world. Yeah, so you could say the UK is probably next after the US. Okay, so many deposits will be wiped out. Get your money out the banks as soon as possible. I'm telling you that now, especially before these queues start lining up and for their money, because the banks will just close their doors. It's law, it's legal for them to do that, like what happened with Northern Rock in the last recession. This is going to be 10 times worse. Remember, I told you that, yeah? So get your money out the banks while you can, while the calm's here. Like Ahmed just dropped in the in my WhatsApp group, the spiritual world has just changed. We've gone into a next dimension of spirituality, so get your money out of them banks. Yeah. Some are moving into T-bills, US Treasury, even knowing the dollar will lose a lot of value this year, and the pound, due to monetary debasement. America and the UK will end as you know it. I'm sorry to say so, unless we take this option. And that's Bill Akerman, CNBC.com. And he's imploring Trump to shut down the entire nation. Yeah, and it says here, urgent alert, financial system collapsing, food supply collapsing, hyperinflation coming, guns and ammo wiped out, so there will be no resistance when this martial law shit rolls out. Military martial law plans leaked. They've been leaked. That's Thursday, March 19th, 2020. Mike Adams, yeah, tags, chaos, collapse, food supply, infections, martial law, Orwellian outbreak, pandemic, SHTF, whatever the fuck that means. Unemployment will skyrocket to Great Depression levels in less than 90 days, in less than 3 months. You hear that? This is not a drill. The free money, insanity being pushed by both Donald Trump's administration and Boris. Yeah, he's doing the same, talking about 338 billion here and Donald Trump with his trillion here. Where's it coming from? And now when you ask them, when you push them on it, they're talking about they're going to borrow in the same normal way. So debt's going to rocket for the countries, yeah? Do you see where this is going? So, which will result in rapid price inflation across America and the rest, putting us on the path toward a Venezuela-type scenario. Has anybody been studying Venezuela? I've been watching what's happening in Venezuela since about 2017. I love Chavez, rest in peace Chavez. They killed him. Do you get me? And look what happened to that country after. But take that country's example. Go and Google that country, what's going on there with food and stuff and how people are living. And that's what's coming for these parts of the world. And I actually said that to my missus. They're going to lick down the Western world and make it like the third world. And you can ask her. Do you understand? Yeah, so Venezuela-type scenario, and more money printing goes to insane levels to bail out everybody and everything in the economy. Dumpster diving for food, the national sport of the failed state of Venezuela, will soon be commonplace in many US cities, and I add on my emphasis, the whole Western world. The food supply is crashing in many regions, with food distribution hubs gutted and many local retailers cleaned out. City dwellers are hunting for grocery stores in rural areas that have more food. We anticipate gun battles over food to commence soon. Speaking of guns, every round of ammunition and is going to be, because I think there's a missing piece here. Retailers cleaned out. City dwellers are hunting for grocery stores in rural areas that have more food. We anticipate gun battles over food to commence soon. That was highlighted. We anticipate gun battles over food to commence soon. Speaking of guns, every round of... Oh, here we go. Speaking of guns, every round of ammunition and every firearm in America is just about gone as of today. Retailers still have some supplies, but wholesalers are wiped out everywhere. If you didn't arm up before now, you're in the shit, mate. You will have to pay a sweet premium to acquire anything in this area. More and more experts and even CDC, whoever they are, officials, are now openly talking about millions of deaths in the USA over the next 18 months. And this is America we're talking about. I'm not saying it's 100% true, but I'm wise enough to take this as a warning to buy into the preparation rather than wait for something to kick off and then try to find prevention's better than cure. We can't prevent what's happening, but we can prevent how prepared we are for this shit. So over the next 18 months, it's no longer a conspiracy theory. The new coronavirus could kill millions across the US, said Dr. Kathleen Nuzil, director of the Center for Vaccine Development at the University of Maryland School of Medicine, CNBC.com. Wow, man. Hold on, I'm not finished. Once secret military control plans have been leaked to the media, describing the total military lockdown of the USA, the plan names are Octagon, Freejack, and Zodiac from Newsweek.com. The three most compartmented contingencies, Octagon, Freejack, and Zodiac, call upon various military units in Washington, D.C., North Carolina, and Eastern Maryland to defend government operations if there is a total breakdown. And England's got one of these plans too. You better believe that. And everywhere else. The seventh plan, codenamed Granite Shadow, lays out the playbook for extraordinary domestic missions that involve weapons of mass destruction. In other words, this is in brackets, in other words, tactical nukes deployed in America. The masses of unprepared, oblivious, clueless sheeple are about to lose their shit. Expect looting, robberies and gang-level raids of grocery stores and pharmacies soon. Law enforcement will be very quickly overrun. Chaos. This is not a drill, this is not a hoax, and this isn't going to be over in a month. Some independent media outlets have been infiltrated by the communist Chinese to push the hoax narrative, just so that the Western world, especially Americans, are late to prepare themselves as the financial collapse commences. Once America has begun to fail, the Chinese may launch a land invasion of America. All those in California who still have AR-15s and 30-round magazines gear up for defense of the homeland against invading communist troops. That's the conclusion of J.R. Nikiwis in this interview you need to watch. Brighton.com. I'll put this in my WhatsApp group. Anybody want to join the WhatsApp group where we discuss how we can stay connected in the event of any global lockdown, and plan, plot and strategize ways to build our own communication networks and shit, because you know YouTube's part of it as well. Facebook already started giving me trouble and locking down my page and that. You can go and have a look on my Facebook, on my Instagram. And I'll tell you this, I'm just a normal person in the world. I'm not trying to be no politically correct scholar or nothing, man. I'm just trying to share my life experience and be a recorder as to the events that's happening during my incarnation, these dreadful times on the earth. I'm going to make sure I record everything. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I hope that everybody's staying safe. I'm not going to stay on this link because I got to drive home. But I hope everybody's staying safe. And most importantly, I hope everybody is staying strong in their mental, because this is it's a psychological warfare. It's a spiritual warfare. It's not just this physical, dense level war that you see. This is just a manifestation of the stuff that's going on within humans right now. And we got, like I used to say all the time, devil's empty, man. All the hell's empty. All the devils is here. And they're the ones that are responsible for this biological, fucking diabolical weapon that they've released on humanity in all its various several forms, or whatever the fuck they're doing. So just stay safe. Like, comment, share, email me, whatever, man. Let's unify, man. This is a time for us to do the inner search. Don't be on your high horse and think that just because you knew stuff that you don't get yourself in that obnoxious, arrogant position, man. You understand? We're all on the same level regardless of what we know, and we're one. We got one earth, man, and we got one chance to get this shit right, or humanity could be lost forever. So all the people that are feeling like I feel, regardless of your colour and creed and all of that bullshit, let's get together and start making these shits go viral, not for my sake, but for the sake of Mother Earth. Yo, peace out, man. I hope the ancestors are proud. You understand? And let's look for our loved ones and ride through this storm, man. Hotep, Namastu to everyone.